Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone. Hello. This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship Enterprise for another episode of Sins 2 Homeworld Style RPG playthrough. And I think this is our 4th episode when it comes to sieging this planet. We've done a pretty decent job with our team. We've been doing a lot of rotations in last episode to just make sure our ships are alive. We got Seraphena up and operational, and she has been able to construct a bunch of bombers. And this has allowed us to cripple their production facilities, especially with the heavy factories, so they can't build the transports and the heavy cruisers anymore. And that's definitely gonna help us out a lot. That also means we're gonna start building flak frigates, because I'm sure they're just gonna be building cobalts and light frigates, or flak frigates, because that's basically all they have access to construct right now. But basically, our plans right now is we're going to be moving Celestia up, because Celestia, her shields are fully up and operational, and so she is going to start leading the charge to try to finish this siege. So many words. And as we use Seraphena's bombers, we're going to use her to continue to wipe out some of these defenses as Celestia moves in with the fleet to try to wipe out all of the defenses. And then we're just going to kind of use the bombers to keep an eye on the construction ships, make sure we don't get any more of these heavy factories constructed. And we're going to try to clear out this entire area. And then once we clear out this area, we'll start moving into the other Gauss platforms, wiping them all out, and then wiping the planet out. And we'll finally have this place under our control. This has been a heck of a siege. I was not expecting the siege to take this long, but I was pleasantly surprised, and this has been very, very fun. So I'm very excited for the next siege that we get to do against the graveyards, because a lot of the ships are at the graveyards I haven't modified. All of the TEC ships I've modified based off of how I feel like they should be. So I'm going to be learning a lot from that invasion, but still very looking forward to it. But anyways, let's see, we have 16 TIE interceptors, 16 TIE defenders, and 34 bombers. But I was thinking between episodes, I'm very pleased with this fleet. They all seem to cover each other's weaknesses. Each one has their own strengths, like Celestia, Victoria, and a normal prize being our main frontline tank battleships. Roxanne being a powerful DPS user as well as a carrier. Seraphena being a more defensive carrier. She has her powerful medium beams, but she also has the point defense lasers that she can use to wipe out in other fighters or corvettes or missiles to help protect the fleet, as well as her carrier capabilities. And Princess Marie, who has the ability to inspire the entire fleet to help increase their attack speed, as well as has her own point defense weapons and medium cannons to help against fighters, missiles, and corvettes. So our only really big issue we have with this fleet is just we don't have any really long-range capabilities other than fighters and bombers. So we just have to keep that in mind when it comes to like sieging these type of planets. Because this is part of the reason why the siege has been taking so long. I don't really have an answer other than bombers to fight these Gauss platforms with their extremely long range. But anyways, Celestia, let's move you up. That actually is going to be a little bit too far up, so instead, move you here. Seraphena, you retreat.
Vengeance is yours. Our will shall be done.
Weapons online.
And all of our bombers. Oh yeah, our bombers are focusing on killing the carrier. Nice. This will be their last carrier. They won't have any fighter support after we kill this. So excited about that.
Orders,
and then,
sir.
yeah, all of our TIE interceptors.
Acquiring target.
Anti defenders, come over here, kill the LRM launchers. Good. And now our bombers need to start focusing on killing the Gauss platforms. Get some of these weakened here. And then once we do that, we can start moving Celestia in. We have enough point defense systems to wipe out the missiles, so they're not really hurting us anymore. How are we doing defensively with our ships? Let's see. Roxanne is repairing her shields. Good. Princess Marie, she got hit, so she's not repairing anymore. Seraphena is doing good. I'm getting my shields. My armor is looking pretty good. My hull's getting a decent amount up there.
Time to bid. Place am I.
And Victoria is getting herself healed. So yeah, we're looking good. We are looking very good. Oh. Let's wipe out this construction frigate and make sure they do not get their heavy factory built. There we go. Wipe out the progress of that heavy factory so they lose their resources. Good, good. I believe we're getting close to leveling up for Victoria. Yeah, she needs a little bit less than 100 experience points to level up to 5. Rest of the fleets is still going to take quite some time, so we shouldn't level up to 6 by the time we get this fight over. I'm hoping we can get this planet completely under our control at the end of this episode. That is my goal. Heavy cruiser is focusing on Seraphena. There we go. Let's get this next Gauss platform killed. Let's see, how many of these do we have up here? The Gauss ones I'm more afraid of because they do a lot of damage to armor. Although right now a lot of our shields are up, so probably the autocannons would be more useful. Anyways, we do just need to kill a lot of these. And we got the Harka heavy cruiser killed. Now we just need to kill the rest of the javelins. We have enough point defense systems to kill the missiles before they impact, so I'm not too worried about that. With Roxanne and Princess Marie. In fact, Princess Marie, recharge some of your antimatter. We'll keep those abilities off for now. Alright, Advent Bombers, you did good. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, all the proton bombs. Those are anti-fighter bombs, so they don't do much damage against capital ships, but it's still really, really cool to see.
Let this be a lesson. Next time, pay up.
Just double checking to see if they're not building it anywhere else. I don't think they are. Cool. Let's kill 2 more, and then we'll start bringing the fleet in. As long as Celestia leads, she should have enough shields to absorb all the damage. Go, go, my Advent Bombers. Let's go wipe the enemy out. This was a heck of a siege, though. I really enjoyed this. This makes me very excited for when we get to other maps where I will be making these battles even harder. It's going to be quite an interesting challenge. Beams!
Our fleet is under attack.
Ready for command, sir.
TIE Defender standing by.
Cool. Yeah, once we defeat that, we'll start moving the fleet in. Because we should have enough of these. Oh! Where is the builder? There he is. Kill the builder, boys. There you go. Now destroy the factory. And we destroyed another defense. Good.
You may speak.
Yeah, Celestia. Let's see, how many do they have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 total defenses.
Our voices speak as
I want
one.
you to move in.
Reporting in.
And everyone else? See, I'm good. My shields are fully up and operational. My armor's about half. My hull's still a little bit low. Princess Marie is pretty much fully operational except for her hull. Yeah, let's move up.
We'll consider it.
We'll follow behind Celestia. The autocannon defense turret sees Celestia.
You may speak.
And Celestia,
At last.
I want you to get kind of close so you keep the entire, all the attention. While the rest of the fleet will follow behind.
Our will shall be done. Unleash our wrath.
She's going to take a lot of damage, but with the advantage of our bombers, this should hopefully be pretty good.
Orders, sir.
Go, Celestia, go! Show those, show the enemies that Advent shields are superior. Speaking of that, I have been messing around a little bit about doing some brainstorming on implementing the Star Trek ships into my mod. And basically, I'm going to kind of take the mentality that they're going to be similar to Advent. The difference is they might have less hull than Advent and more damage than Advent, but their shields are going to be very powerful for their defenses. Because I haven't watched a whole lot of Star Trek in my life. It was one of those series that I should be very invested into, but I'm just not. I'm much more into Star Wars than I am Star Trek. But I would imagine that their shields are very, very superior compared to Imperial Star Destroyers.
You may speak.
And
This shall be a reckoning.
I would imagine that their hull, like their armor strength would be better than an Imperial Star Destroyer or like a Star Wars class vessel. But their hull would be a whole lot less. Like if I would make an example of, like let's compare it to Celestia. Celestia has 28,705 shields, 7,960 armor, and 14,720 hull. If I would design a Star Trek vessel similar to Celestia's firepower, they would have probably about, I would say, 35,000 shields, 6,000 armor, and 11,000 hull. Have a little bit more shield capacity, a little bit less armor, but more armor strength, and a little bit less hull. Because once the armor and shields fail off of a Star Trek vessel, it dies pretty quickly. I don't think it has a whole lot of superstructure to it. It's just purely shields and armor. Oop. Bombers, I see a construction vessel! Please kill it! I'm gonna try and rebuild stuff. Actually, it's not. It's just running away. Okay, that works. Celestia is taking 10,000 shield damage.
Where do you need
The rest of
me?
the fleet is not moving in.
Consider it.
My bad. Everyone move in. Celestia definitely has their attention, and she definitely can't do this on her own.
You may speak.
She's doing a pretty good job, though, against them. And if we would take Celestia's weapon, like, let's say the heavy beams are the, phasers of a Star Trek vessel, and her heavy plasma is the antimatter torpedoes that they use in the Star Trek universe. Those phasers would be doing, I would say, 18, 19 DPS, where the plasma torpedo will be doing probably, I would say, close to 20. Because from what I've been reading up, the torpedoes do a devastating amount of damage, but they have a very slow launch rate. So I would say probably like make the launch rate like 30. Ooh, Victoria leveled up. We'll take a look at her in a moment. Oh, they decided to change targets. They don't like Celestia anymore.
Speak.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, they don't like her anymore.
Our time has come.
So yeah, that's just like a little bit of brainstorming I've been doing, trying to compare like damage values based off some information I've been reading.
Awaiting orders.
Alright,
This shall be
everyone
a
focus on
reckoning.
that, and let's quickly take a look at Victoria now that she's finally level 5. She is now on par with the rest of the fleet, and she takes 2,340 experience to level up, where the other ones take 2,000, so yeah. And she is currently about 500 experience points behind the other ones. So the gap is going to continue to widen. I don't think it's ever going to get big enough where she's one level behind, but it might. We'll see as the game goes on. But anyways, she has 12,480 shields now, and she did break 20,000 on armor. Nice. 20,280 armor, and she also broke 30,000 on hull. 30,240 hull. Nice. She does 5 DPS with her turbo laser ball turrets, 6 DPS with her turbo laser normal turrets, 4.6 with her heavy ion cannonballs, 5.3 of her heavy ion cannon turrets, and 6.6 with the concussion missile concussion missile launcher. And she now has 53 armor. Still quite low for a battleship, but again, she's also considered a heavy escort frigate in the Star Trek universe. So yeah. Her vessels are powerful. But anyways.
Ready for battle.
You may speak.
Alright, Celestia. Get the attention of all of the enemy turrets. There you go. Should be able to wipe all of this out before she takes too much damage. Yeah, everyone.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, we're concentrating on that one, which just died.
Vengeance is at
So
hand.
everything focus on this autocannon turret. All bombers and all ships. So yeah, that's just my little bit brainstorm if I decide to bring the Enterprise in from the Star Trek universe as one of the ships we can use in the RPG mod. And again, this mod is going to be for entertainment purposes only. I will not be releasing this mod until I get permission from all of the mod users. Here we go. Now let's focus on... Do we have any... Nope, we just have autocannons now.
Comlink
Everyone,
active.
focus on that autocannon down there.
Retribution is ours.
They aren't actually building anything. We might have starved them of resources. I know the NPC have a little bit of income on their actual planet, but we might have just starved them out of resources when they were trying to rebuild their big facilities.
Awaiting your command.
Vengeance is at hand.
Reporting in.
This is really cool, though. Like, that formation right there with Celestia leading is really cool. The Venator, the Victory, the Achaean Battlecruiser, the Normal Prize, our cold battleship, and the admin carrier. That looks cool. Like, that right there. Actually, I'll look at the whole fleet in. That right there is probably going to be the screenshot for this one. Really cool.
Awaiting orders.
This shall be a reckoning.
Alright, we got 3 more defenses to go.
Ready for battle.
Oh, he's trying to build more defenses around the planet. But cool. I'm happy to see
Ready for command,
that the
sir.
siege is going really well. It just took a lot longer than I was expecting.
Good day, Commander.
Cool.
Retribution is ours.
Now, I don't think these buildings actually leave if we don't if we take over the planet.
Awaiting orders.
Comlink active.
Retribution is ours.
Just so amazing at how weak fighters are against structures. I love how well that's balanced. I have also noticed that they're not building any of their ships anymore, so yeah, I think we starved them out of money.
Vengeance is at hand.
The action starts now. Don't be sound.
Bombers, take care of that construction frigate.
Weapons online.
Is this one actually in range? Oh, it is. Wow. That range is just crazy. So bombers, once you take care of that construction frigate, yeah, take care of this Gauss defense platform.
Awaiting orders.
Everyone else, continue doing what you're doing.
Retribution is ours.
Celestia did a really good job at tanking that. Yeah, this was fun. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just like, this battle was it was something else. And it's making me look forward to it later on in the series When I start buffing these up to make them even harder. A new construction ship coming down here. Almost got this baby killed. Good.
Vengeance.
Alright,
is at
everyone,
hand.
destroy this trade port, and then I think we're going to start heading towards the planet. Start bombing it.
Orders, sir.
And interceptors.
Awaiting command.
I think at this point we can go ahead and change out some of our fighters. So let's get some actual TIE fighters. Want a TIE bomber. There we go. So we'll have 24 TIE fighters, 16 TIE interceptors, 4 TIE defenders, and 6 TIE bombers. That's gonna be our new fleet for our Empire side. And bombers, keep making your way around.
Awaiting orders.
Vengeance is at hand.
Alrighty. Time to bomb the planet. While fighters and bombers take care of the defense platforms around the base defense perimeter. All of the beams. All of the beams.
Ready for command, sir.
Couple tiny TIE fighters. Just moving out. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up the game a little bit as well. We don't really need it running at 50% anymore. I do love how fast those TIE fighters get built.
Reporting.
Built so quickly compared to the other ones. Ooh. The bombing has commenced. Orbital bombardment is underway. Ooh, plasma bombs launching from the Advent ships. Orbital turbo lasers going off from Roxanne. Where is...
Awaiting your command. Heading to destination.
Hey,
Order confirmed.
Victoria doesn't have bombing capabilities. Didn't know that.
Good day, Commander.
Kill the construction ship.
Awaiting orders. Moving to coordinates.
Alright. Let's go to normal speed. It's going to take a bit to wipe out this planet. What DPS do we do? 6.0 on Celestia, 5.4 on Princess Marie, 5.6 on Seraphena, 6.0 on the normal prize, and 5.6 on Roxanne. I like Roxanne's orbital bombing turbo lasers. That's cool. Roxanne's bridge isn't looking that hot right now, but she's getting healed.
Ready for orders.
TIE fighter, TIE interceptor.
Comlink active.
TIE bombers, get up here.
Heading for attack position. Ready for orders. Bombs away.
Bombs away. Yep, it is almost taken over. Or dead, I should say.
We have wiped out an enemy colony.
There we go. The Planets United has been eliminated. Fantastic. Oh, this is the first time I actually ever killed these guys. Like I said, I normally don't fight the NPCs when I play this game. I usually just ignore them. But for the RPG, I want to wipe everything out. So, cool. Anyways, we'll go ahead and take this over, and I believe once we take this over, we'll have control of the exotic market. At least I hope that's how that works. We'll find out. There we go. That one is now destroyed. But for future sieges, this is basically what I'm going to do. Once I take out their main defense and their production capabilities, we have permission to just go ahead and bomb the planet. Instead of just like circling around and trying to wipe everything out. Because these will still stay here. We could still fight them. They just no longer have an owner. Where's my TIE bombers?
Ready for orders.
The action starts now. Don't be sound.
Heading for attack position.
Use our proton torpedoes.
Civilian research complete.
Hey. Alrighty, Princess Marie. If you'll do the honors, let's take this planet over.
Service. A new colony has been founded.
Hey. Ah. Okay. So since we killed the minor faction, the exotic market is just gone. Okay. So we still can't use it. Have to figure out a way around that. Otherwise, converting all this stuff over is going to be quite difficult. Unless we just give our faction the ability to control the market. That's something we could do. Something I can look into. So I guess for now, if we find exotics from debris, that's the only way we're going to be able to upgrade our stuff. So we'll save our resources and money for the next map when I try to figure out a work around that. Anyways,
The anima are restless.
you guys can now engage and do anything. I'm happy to say that we have taken down this minor faction. And how are we looking on repairs? I mean, Seraphena is basically completely operational other than her hull. Enormal Prize is looking really good. Princess Marie is about halfway fully repaired. Roxanne is could be better. And same thing with Victoria. But everything is about decent right now. Celestia is pretty much back up to operational when it comes to like tanking.
Ready for orders.
Alrighty.
How can I be of service?
So yeah, I think a workaround would be that I might try to see if I can make our faction have control of the market right from the start. That I think will be a little bit better use of this. Same thing with the exotic market. Just make it to where we control, or we have access to the exotic market and the normal market right from the start. But now I know. Learning new things all the time with this mod. Anyways, once we wipe out this exotic factory, I'm gonna probably go ahead and end this episode. It's a little bit shorter. I didn't know how long it would take to finish up the siege. But I only wanted this episode to be the siege just because of the fact we're gonna have a lot of downtime with all of our ships. I need to get them healed up and get their armor and hull and everything restored before we fight the next one. I think our next one is going to be this tier 3 right here, and then we're going to fight this tier 1 over here, especially because I also want the derelict for the experience and stuff. And then we're going to make our way up here, fight this tier 3, take its derelict, fight this tier 1, fight the tier 1s and tier 2 behind the this planet, which we're not going to fight because once we fight this planet, the map will officially be over because that is the enemy faction that doesn't do anything because of how I have them set. They're basically a faction that doesn't have any income or any building capabilities, so they just sit there and do nothing. And then after that, we're going to come down and fight the graveyard and then the Terran planet. I'm hoping we can fight all this stuff before we get to level 7 because I have not designed Victoria's and Roxanne's leveling system above level 6. So once they get to 7, they're going to revert back to vanilla values. So yeah. So I'm hoping we can beat this whole map before we reach level 7. Hopefully. Anyways, we did it. And I am going to now construct me some retrofit bays. Probably, let's put 3 because a lot of these guys are really damaged.
Good day, Commander.
We're gonna get these things built up. We're gonna have a little bit of downtime for our ships as they take a nice long rest from this. I guess technically this would be a 4-day siege. We count each episode as a day, and that was really fun. I'm happy we were able to figure it out, and we still haven't lost any of our ships. We gained tons of experience from that fight, and yeah, everyone is going to now have a little bit nice downtime. And
Defense upgrade complete.
In between episodes, I'm going to be letting these ships get themselves healed, get themselves repaired, and we will prepare for the next invasion. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you are, please leave a like. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. And I will check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Faker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.